Here's a look at a recap of your markets on this Tuesday, the 14th day of October. This marks day 8 of the CME feeder cattle futures rally, and what a rally it has been so far. That CME cash feeder cattle index setting at an all-time new record once again today at 373.02. Now that's currently about $7 under the nearby October feeder cattle contract, with about 12 days left before those two have to meet up. Time will tell which way it goes, but as of current, it sure looks like that index is going to do everything it can to keep the rug from being pulled out from under us on the futures and climb up to meet it. Several records being set at most all the auction barns around the state on some weight or class of animal. In some cases, we're setting some all-time new state records. That was done just today at Ozarks Regional Stockyards in West Plains. They sold 126 head of 855-pound steers at $376.50. Now that'd be an all-time record high in the state of Missouri for 8.5 to 9 weight steers. But shortly after they did that, they had to one-up themselves. They sold another load, 61 head of 861-pound steers at $379. Some stick-out sales at Kingsville Livestock Auction today included 27 head of 568-pound steers that brought $466. On the heifer side, they sold 79 head of 628-pound heifers at $415. And then a pot load of 736-pound heifers at Kingsville Livestock Auction at $374.75. Still several sales right in the heat of the day and getting through the consignments, so more than likely we'll have more stick-out sales to give to you in the morning. Box beef cutout values, choice was up 50 cents for the day at $364.42. Select was up 80 cents at $350.55. Those values based on 145 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds. That choice select spreads narrowed up now to $13.87. Negotiated feedlot trades, still not a whole lot going on in feedlot country so far this week, under 1,000 head. There was a few sales in Kansas reported at 236, a few sales outside the feeding region at 238. Asking prices in the South currently at 240. No asking prices have been published so far in the North yet. Taking a look at those closing futures on the Mercantile Exchange, live cattle for October 241.82 up $1.25, December 246.50 up 175, February 248.52 up 132. The October feeder cattle contract gained $4.67 today at $380.17, November $381.32 up $4.60, and January $378.05 up $4.32. Lean hogs for October $97.47 up a nickel, December down $1.70 at $83.15, February was down $1.52 at $85.45. Turning our attention to the grain markets, at the elevators around the state on Tuesday, corn bids were steady to 4 higher, wheat was 1 to 5 lower, or soybeans rather 1 to 5 lower, wheat 1 to 3 higher. Corn bids at the elevators in St. Louis, 426 to 427, Kansas City at 398. Soybean bids in the St. Louis region, 1012 to 1013, Kansas City 951 to 961. Wheat bids in St. Louis, 475 to 488, Kansas City 455. On the Board of Trade, corn for December closed 2 1/4 higher at 413, March up 2 at 429 1/4, May at 438 up 1 1/2. Soybeans for November, 1006 1/2 up or down 1 1/4, January at 1024 1/4 down a penny, March down a half cent at 1039 1/2. Wheat contracts December 3 1/2 higher, $5 1/4, March at 516 3/4 up 3 1/2, and May 528 1/4 up 3. Soybean meal for October up 50 cents a ton at $2.67 even. Soybean oil for October down 12 cents a hundredweight at $49.92. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's your farm news. This is Tony Hancock.